If anyone had told Jordana a few years ago that at 35 she'd be officially labeled too old, she would have laughed. 35, glowing skin, good hair, bills paid, therapy up to date. Old where? But on that particular night, standing in the tiny living room she shared with Kyo, she didn't laugh. I just don't feel the same anymore, Jordana, said Chio, 25 years old. Ego of a teenage celebrity, wearing a band t-shirt he didn't even listen to, sitting on the couch like he was auditioning for most annoying man alive. She crossed her arms. What do you mean you don't feel the same? You told me you loved me last week while eating lasagna. Yeah, but he scratched the back of his neck. You're different from me. In everything. Different how, Q-up? He inhaled like he was about to deliver Shakespeare. Older. Silence. You could hear the neighbor dragging furniture upstairs. You could hear the clock ticking. You could almost hear the last neuron in Kyo's brain giving up on him. I'm 35, Kyo. Not 90. Jordana raised an eyebrow. And you've always known that. I know, but now I feel the difference. I want to live life, you know. Have fun. Travel with people my age. He gestured vaguely. You're in a more auntie phase. Auntie. That one hit her like a frying pan. Auntie? She repeated, laughing in disbelief. Kyo, I have succulents in this house that party harder than you. He stood up, pacing dramatically. It's nothing personal, I just want different things now. You're too old for me. And then came the phrase, the one that would become the core of her revenge arc. The one that would make viewers scream at the screen. The one added especially to Omnitor Retunkawi Indignakak. Honestly, Jordana, you should be grateful someone my age even wanted you. That one didn't just hit, it detonated. She blinked, slowly, dangerously. So let me see if I understood. I'm too old to date you, but not too old to clean the kitchen after the mess you make cooking one egg. He sighed again, shifting uncomfortably. There's someone else, he finally said. Jordana froze. Someone else? She's 19, he announced proudly, like a man who had just won a stupidity award. We connect. Same vibe. I feel alive with her. Jordana stared. 19? She still uses glitter pens and sleeps with LED lights on. Kyo. Age doesn't define anything, he said, ironically repeating her own words from months before. She inhaled sharply. He was really doing this? So that's it? You're leaving? Kyo grabbed a small suitcase she hadn't even noticed. I think it's better for both of us. You deserve someone your age, someone who wants the same boring things you want. Her jaw dropped. Kyo, you're breaking up with me by calling me old, then running off with a teenager, and you want to seem mature. He shrugged. I'll come back in a few days to get the rest of my stuff. Before leaving, he turned and delivered one last masterpiece of pure idiocy. One day you'll understand, Jordana. This is for the best. Jordana forced a smile. Hey, Kyo, yeah? Don't forget to take your immaturity with you. It's been taking up way too much space around here. He fake laughed and walked out. The door closed. Silence returned. Heavy, stupid, unfair. Jordana slowly sat down on the couch. Old, she whispered. Told for what, exactly? Told to pay half the rent whenever you were unmotivated? Old to listen to your crises? Old to make coffee every time you were emotionally drained from a soccer game? She laughed. A broken laugh. A tired laugh. Her phone vibrated. Louisa girl, how did it go with Kyo? Jordana typed back. He dumped me. Said I'm too old. 3 dots appeared immediately. Old for him and perfect for everyone else. I'm coming over. Jordana stood, opened a cabinet, and pulled out a little jar of memories. Inside it, a wrinkled piece of paper. The lottery numbers she and Kyo used to play. Their lucky numbers. Numbers she had memorized. She stared at the paper and laughed. Look at that, Kyo. The numbers didn't call me old. She had no idea. But that piece of paper was about to become the prettiest slap destiny would ever give someone. The next morning, Jordana woke up looking like someone who had lost a fight with her own sofa. Her neck was destroyed, her spirit slightly less so. She checked her phone. Several messages. Louisa, of course, had already sent an 8-minute voice note. Jordana ignored it. Emotional triage. She went to the kitchen, grabbed some bread, spread butter, made coffee. Everything felt normal. Or tried to. Later that day, Jordana and Louisa walked toward the lottery shop. Jordana kept fiddling with the wrinkled piece of paper inside her bag. I can't believe I brought this, Jordana muttered. Why not? Louisa asked. That paper is basically the Netflix pilot of your revenge season. Jordana snorted despite herself. These are his numbers, Lou. The ones he always played. Our dumb little lucky numbers. I memorized them like an idiot. So, Louisa shrugged. The universe loves irony. This is premium foreshadowing. They stopped in front of the lottery shop. Jordana hesitated. This is ridiculous. Using the numbers of the guy who dumped me for a teenager? This feels like emotional self-harm. No, 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 Louisa corrected. This is an offering to the gods of poetic justice. She snatched the paper from Jordana, read it with deep dramatic intensity, then pointed one finger at her and said, "Girl, listen carefully. If these numbers work for you, I demand at least one trip to Greece. That's what friends are for." Jordana burst out laughing. "You're impossible. I'm prepared." Louisa lifted her chin. "I already pictured us wearing flowy dresses in Santorini, eating olives and judging everyone." Jordana shook her head. "Fine, I'll play. But if you lose, we blame him," Louisa said instantly. "That's the correct legal procedure." They walked into the lottery shop. A loud fan blew warm air across the room. A TV replayed scenes from yesterday's soap opera. The clerk, a calm older man with a mustache that had personally witnessed 40 years of human suffering, called "Next." Jordana stepped forward. She handed him the wrinkled numbers. "I'd like to place a bet with these." He examined the paper. "It's just this one?" Before Jordana could speak, Louisa cut her off. "This ticket represents character development." The clerk blinked twice, unsure what genre of conversation he had entered. Jordana gave a shy smile. "Yes, just that one." She paid. The machine beeped, the receipt printed. Jordana stared at it like it was radioactive. Outside, she sighed. "This is insane." "No, this is the beginning of your documentary," Louisa declared. "I hope they cast someone hot to play me." Jordana rolled her eyes. "You're unbearable. And you're about to be rich. Someone here has to stay humble." They continued walking, laughing, pretending the world wasn't a chaotic blender of emotions. And inside Jordana's purse, the lottery ticket rested silently, waiting, glowing with destiny. And somewhere the universe cracked its knuckles and whispered, "Oh, sweetheart, keep watching." The first night without Keo felt strange. Not sad, not exactly painful, just weird. Like when you remove a heavy backpack you didn't know you were carrying. She walked around the apartment in silence. Every corner still smelled faintly of his cologne, that cheap woodsy perfume that promised masculinity but delivered teenage chaos. Jordana muttered, "I need eucalyptus. Or holy water." She grabbed a trash bag and started collecting everything he'd left scattered around. A pair of sneakers he never wore. A hoodie that didn't belong to him, it belonged to his friend, who never got it back. 3 half-empty hair products, none worked. A charger he stole from her, twice. She tossed everything into the bag with a satisfying thud. Then she looked at the front door and felt something boiling inside her. Not anger, not sadness, boundaries. A new sensation, delicious. "No what? No," she said aloud. "He's not walking back in here whenever he wants." She grabbed her phone and called the locksmith. "Hi, good afternoon. Is anyone available to change a lock today?" "Right now?" the locksmith asked. "Yes, and preferably before my ex-boyfriend comes back thinking he owns the place." There was a short silence. Then the man replied, extremely professionally, "Ma'am, I'll be there in 15 minutes. And he was. The locksmith arrived with a toolbox, a calm expression, and the vibe of someone who had already seen every type of romantic disaster imaginable. "So, break up?" he asked, while kneeling by the door. "The deluxe version," Jordana answered. "Ah," he nodded knowingly. "Yeah, we do a lot of those." 5 minutes later, the door had a brand new shiny lock, and Jordana had the best idea of her life. She grabbed a black marker, a cardboard sign, and wrote, with the clarity of a woman reborn, "In this old lady's house, nitrogen monoxide, young boys allowed." She taped it proudly on the door. The locksmith stared at the sign, then at her. "Ma'am, may I just say?" He paused, adjusted his cap. "This is the most beautiful thing I've seen all week." Jordana smiled like a queen being coronated. "Thank you. It's a message for the universe and for idiots." He packed his tools. "Well, if any young boy tries to break in, this lock will hold, but the sign will hurt him more." Perfect. That's exactly the goal. After he left, Jordana stood in front of the door, arms crossed, admiring her masterpiece. The sign looked glorious, powerful, therapeutic. Better than therapy, actually, and cheaper. Louisa sent a text, "How are you holding up?" Jordana took a photo of the door and sent it. 3 seconds later, Louisa typed, "I'm on my way. Save that sign. It's going on merch." Jordana laughed for the first time that day. Not cold, not forced, a real laugh, a beginning. Inside her purse, the lottery ticket whispered silently, "Just wait." That night, Jordana sat on the couch with a blanket wrapped around her shoulders like a medieval queen who had just banished a peasant from the kingdom. Netflix asked, "Are you still watching?" Jordana answered out loud, "Yes, Netflix, I'm still watching. I just upgraded from trashy men to trashy TV. Respect my growth." She grabbed chips, chocolate, cookies, olives, a beautiful combination of emotional damage cuisine, and felt, for the first time in weeks, peace. No one complaining that she chews too loud. No one leaving underwear on the bathroom floor. No one asking her to lower the TV because I have a headache from existing. No one needing emotional support because their favorite soccer team lost. Just silence. Glorious silence. Well, except the neighbor dragging furniture again. But that was part of the ecosystem. At midnight, she brushed her teeth, tied her hair up, and looked around the apartment. It felt bigger, brighter, cleaner. Her own and the new lock on the door gleamed like a victorious sword. Before bed, she sent Louisa a voice message. He said, "I'm too old, but I'm literally glowing. I think I just needed a man-free environment to regenerate," Louisa instantly replied with a 2-second audio. Obviously, Jordana laughed. She walked to the kitchen, grabbed a glass of water, and her eyes landed on something on the counter. The lottery ticket. Still there, still waiting, still quiet. "Oh, you again," she muttered. "Should I frame you or meditate with you?" She picked it up, flipping it between her fingers. "Imagine if this thing actually wins," she snorted. "Yeah, right. And imagine if Keo comes crawling back someday. That would be hilarious." She placed the ticket on the fridge door with a magnet shaped like a dancing avocado, a gift from Louisa, of course. Then she turned off the lights and went to bed. Right before falling asleep, a funny thought crossed her mind. If the universe really has a sense of humor, something big is coming, and the universe somewhere whispered, "Oh, sweetheart, you have no idea." Jordana drifted off peacefully, the calm before the most ironic storm of her life. Jordana woke up at 9 a.m. with her neck destroyed by the sofa and her soul slightly less destroyed. She grabbed her phone. Several unread messages. One from Louisa, of course. An 8-minute voice note. Jordana ignored it for now. Emotional boundaries. She went to the kitchen, grabbed bread, spread butter, made coffee. Everything felt normal, or so she thought. Sitting at the table, instinctively, she opened the lottery website on her phone. Not because she expected something, but because she always did that with Keo. A stupid little habit. Comforting in a weird, nostalgic way. She scrolled, saw the numbers drawn the night before. She blinked, then again, and again, and again. AIN. Her heart stopped, restarted, tripped, did a backflip, collapsed, revived itself. "No," she whispered. She stood up so fast the chair screeched. With trembling hands, she grabbed her wallet, pulled out the ticket, and held it up to the light like it was a sacred tablet. Looked at the ticket, looked at the screen, back at the ticket, back at the screen, and then she screamed, "Ah, nitrogen monoxide. I don't believe it. I won." The bread fell on the floor, the coffee nearly spilled. The plant in the living room once again silently judged her. But Jordana was spinning in the kitchen like she had just been cast as Beyoncé in her own life movie. She grabbed her phone and called Louisa. The moment Louisa answered, Jordana yelled, "Louisa! Louisa! I won! I won! I won!" "What?" Louisa screamed. "Won what? Self-respect? A new spine? A trip to a better dimension?" "The lottery!" Jordana shrieked. "I won with the idiot's numbers." There was silence. Then Louisa replied, "I'm going there right now. Don't move. Don't breathe. Don't die. I'm coming." Jordana dropped onto the floor, laughing and crying at the same time. She stared at the ticket again, shaking. The old lady was rich, very rich, and destiny was sharpening the knives of poetic justice behind the scenes. 10 minutes after Jordana's hysterical phone call, someone knocked on her door so hard the building shook. "Jordan, Aya, open this door before I break it with my emotions," Louisa yelled from the hallway. Jordana opened the door, still clutching the winning ticket like it was the birth certificate of her new life. Louisa barged inside as if responding to a national emergency. "Where is IT? Hand it over. Show me the holy document." Jordana practically threw the ticket at her. Louisa stared at it, then at the number results on her phone, then at the ticket again. Her face went pale, then red, then shocked, then spiritually awakened. Finally, she inhaled like a telenovela lead preparing for the reveal. "My friend, you are a millionaire." Jordana screamed. "Eine idiot. The universe is petty and Team Jordana." Louisa grabbed her shoulders. "Girl, calm down. If you pass out, the money doesn't automatically transfer to my account." "Louisa, I'm rich," Jordana shouted. "I can buy a car, a house, a dog. I can buy Chio and return him without warranty." Louisa bent over laughing. "Sweetheart, you can buy his youth. Rent it at least, just to make a point." The two screamed, jumped, spun around the living room. The poor living room plant watched, horrified. Finally, they collapsed on the sofa, breathless. Louisa wiped a tear. "Jordana, this changes everything." Jordana stared at the ceiling, still clutching the ticket. "I know where I want to start," Louisa snapped to attention. "We're buying an island?" "No," Jordana smirked. "I'm going to wait calmly until Keo finds out." Louisa collapsed again, kicking the air. "This is Oscar-worthy writing. Destiny has range." Jordana picked up her cup of coffee like a woman who suddenly owned the universe. "And Lou, when he tries to come back?" Both looked toward the front door, where her glorious message shone. "In this old lady's house, nitrogen monoxide, young boys allowed." "I think the message is clear," Jordana said. Louisa nodded aggressively. "This needs to be a t-shirt, a mug, a sticker, a religion." Jordana laughed, smoothing out the winning ticket like it was her new diploma. She whispered softly, "These numbers may have been his idea, but the victory is Alel mine." Destiny smirked somewhere, already preparing the next episode. The gossip didn't spread gradually. It erupted across the neighborhood like a fireworks show, fueled by pure chaos and blessed by the gods of irony. In exactly 27 minutes and 12 seconds, according to the Neighborly Universe statistics, someone had won the lottery. The winner was a woman. She lived on Jordana Street. She recently dumped a younger guy. She changed her lock. She posted a sign on the door. The sign was iconic. The energy was immaculate, everyone knew, except the one person who desperately needed to know. Until Chio was sitting at an outdoor cafe with his 19-year-old upgrade, sipping sparkling water because she'd told him soda aged men spiritually, when two guys at the next table started talking loudly. "Dude, did you hear? Someone here won the jackpot. One big. Like, change your entire destiny big. They say it's a woman from the next street, and she changed her lock recently." Keo froze. "Lock? Woman nearby? Changed her lock?" His left eye twitched. The 19-year-old noticed. "Are you okay?" He looked stressed. Keo forced a smile. "I'm fine, totally fine, super fine." But he wasn't fine. He was about to spiritually explode. Then the men continued, "And rumor has it she dumped some younger guy because he was immature as hell." Keo's soul started ascending. Immature? Was that him? Was he the immature young guy of the neighborhood lore? Then the final blow, and now she's glowing, bro. Money glow. Freedom glow. She won real. Keo stood up so fast his chair screamed. "I gotta go, huh?" "Go where?" asked the 19-year-old. He waved vaguely. "Over there." He sprinted out of the cafe like someone who had just realized karma travels at the speed of light. But before he fully escaped, the 19-year-old shouted, "White! Are you leaving like that?" She paused, then added the line that destroyed his ego completely. "Also, sorry, Kyo, but you said you're 25, right? I honestly thought you were, like, 32. Because of the tired eyes. The tired eyes." Q physically recoiled. His spirit deflated like a party balloon the day after the party. His ego shattered like cheap glass. He didn't even answer. He just ran. He ran the whole way to Jordana's building. He arrived sweating, panting, panicked, disoriented. The exact opposite of the confident boy who once said she should be grateful he dated her. Then he saw it. Her door. And the glorious masterpiece. "In this old lady's house, nitrogen monoxide, young boys allowed." Keo's soul died on the spot. No. She didn't do this to me. He grabbed the door handle. Locked. He knocked. "Jordana, please, open the door. We need to talk. I heard you, Juan. Is it true?" Silence inside. He knocked again, breathless. "Jordana, please. I made a mistake. I was confused. I want you back." Inside, Louisa slowly slid down the wall, laughing. OMG. He's serving us fresh karma content. Jordana barely lifted her coffee cup. "He's here." "I know. I can hear his ego screaming apologies," said Louisa. Keo kept knocking louder. "She broke up with me, the 19-year-old. She said I'm too old for her." Louisa choked on her own laughter. "Girl, this man said you aged him, but apparently he aged himself. The universe said reverse a no card. Jordana took a deep breath, serene. Let him knock. The door already said everything. She pointed to the sign. Louisa put a hand on her chest. This is art. Meanwhile, outside, Keo continued pleading. Jordana, please. I miss you. Let's start over. Inside, Jordana and Louisa ate strawberries and watched the poetic justice unfold like a telenovela. Sometimes life really did have brilliant writers. Keo kept pounding on the door like someone trying to evict a poltergeist. Jordana, please, open the door. Inside, Jordana took a slow sip of her coffee, adjusting her golden face mask like a woman who had transcended the earthly realm. Louisa sat beside her, silently convulsing with laughter. He's desperate, Louisa whispered. That's what happens when karma stops by for a home visit, Jordana replied. The knocking intensified. Jordana, please. I messed up. I was immature. I shouldn't have said you were too old. I've changed. Silence. And then came the confession, the one Destiny had been waiting to deliver like a beautifully wrapped slap. The 19-year-old dumped me. She said I looked too old for her. Louisa slid off the couch. I can't. I'm going to pass out. This is prestige television, she whispered into the carpet. Jordana exhaled softly. Fine. I'll open the door. Louisa shot up. Are you sure? Yes, Jordana said calmly. I'm rich, moisturized, emotionally upgraded, and behind a brand new lock. I'm invincible. She peeled off her face mask, tied her hair, placed the coffee cup aside, and opened the door. Just a tiny bit. Keo almost tripped forward. He froze, because Jordana looked stunning. Not exaggerated, not flashy, just peaceful, radiant. The kind of glow that comes from zero stress, a clean apartment, no man-child energy, and several zeros in the bank account. Hi, he stuttered. You look. Wow. Hello, Keo, she said, serene. What brings you here? He inhaled dramatically, trying to look deep and emotional, but he just looked panicked. Jordana, I made a huge mistake. I hurt you. I was confused. I was stupid, but I want another chance. She blinked slowly. Another chance? Yes, he said desperately. I realized you are the right person for me. I can change. I want to grow with you. Let's start over. Jordana tilted her head. Interesting. And when exactly did you realize that? Keo smiled nervously. I guess I always felt it deep down. She raised one eyebrow, the eyebrow of a woman who sees straight through lies. Before or after you found out I won the lottery? His face collapsed like cheap cake frosting in the sun. It wasn't because of that. Of course not, Jordana replied sweetly. You always loved my company, especially when I was paying half the rent. Behind her, Louisa bit her fist to contain a scream. Keo swallowed hard. Please, let me in. Let's talk. I know you still feel something for me. Jordana opened the door fully to let him see. The sign. The glorious, iconic, Destiny-approved sign. In this old lady's house, nitrogen monoxide, young boys allowed. Keo's jaw detached emotionally. That's for me? No, Keo, she said. It's for a concept called boundaries. You should try it someday. He looked like he'd been hit by emotional lightning. So you're not taking me back? Jordana sighed softly. Quail, listen. I don't even go back to a shampoo brand once it disappoints me. Why would I go back to a relationship that aged me faster than time? Louisa clapped her hands silently like she was at an opera. Keo blinked rapidly. But what about us? Us? Jordana chuckled. Oh, Keo. In my story, you're not a chapter, you're a footnote, a cautionary tale, he deflated. I'm so sorry. I know, she nodded. And maybe one day you'll understand what real love is. But I'm done teaching lessons to grown boys. He turned to leave, soul-crushed, ego scattered across the hallway. Keo, she called softly. He looked back, hoping. Jordana pointed at the sign. Memorize it. It'll save you trouble in your next breakup. Then she closed the door, softly, elegantly, with the grace of a woman who had upgraded her entire life. Behind her, Louisa exploded. Jordana, you are my hero, my mentor, my new political candidate. Jordana leaned against the door, laughing. I just chose myself, Lou, for the first time in a long time. She felt light, free, and beautifully, deliciously untouchable. 2 weeks after the door incident, which had now become an urban legend retold in bakeries, hair salons, and WhatsApp groups, Jordana was a transformed woman. Her face glowed. Her steps were lighter. Her future was wide open. And Lusa? Louisa was exactly the same, just louder, more dramatic, and even more emotionally invested in the trip. She barged into Jordana's apartment like a tornado made of sunscreen and opinions. "Girl, hurry up. If we miss this flight, I'll personally swim to Greece and drag you behind me." Jordana laughed while trying and failing to close her suitcase. "Why did you pack half your closet?" "We're going for a vacation, not relocating forever. First of all, we might never return. Second, Santorini does not tolerate repeated outfits," Louisa declared with grave seriousness. They both dissolved into laughter. Jordana's phone buzzed. She glanced at the screen. Keo. Before she could exhale, Louisa snatched the phone. "No, we are not answering men until we're in international airspace. That's the rule." Jordana grinned. "Deal. I'm done accepting emotional crumbs. I'm choosing myself now." An hour later, they arrived at the airport. Rolling suitcases, people running, children screaming, announcements echoing. And in the middle of all the chaos, two women walking like main characters in their comeback arc. Jordana stopped by the giant windows overlooking the runway. The sky was perfect blue, wide, full of possibility. "I still can't believe this is happening," she whispered. Louisa wrapped an arm around her. "Believe it. You earned every second of this plot twist, and honestly, the universe delivered cinema." The airport speakers crackled. "Passengers for Flight 487 to Athens, please proceed to Gate 12. This is IT, Louisa squealed. They headed toward the gate, dragging suitcases full of dresses, sunscreen, and freedom. Before boarding, Jordana paused, looked back at the windows, breathed in deeply. Something inside her shifted, a soft, powerful truth rising to the surface. She smiled and whispered, "Too old for him." "Perfectly timed for the world," Louisa gasped. "That's IT, that's the quote. Put it on a shirt, put it on a journal, put it IT on my forehead," Jordana laughed. "Maybe I'll post it on Instagram from Greece." "Girl, post it from the airplane. Let him see you ascending spiritually and physically." They handed their tickets, stepped onto the boarding bridge, and entered the plane. Seats side by side, hearts light, freedom ahead. As the engines roared, Jordana closed her eyes. Thank you, destiny, for the humor, for the timing, for the comeback. The plane lifted into the sky, and so did she. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe to Stories We Tell, leave a like, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Your support helps us keep creating stories about love, forgiveness, and second chances, because stories that touch the heart deserve to be told and remembered. Thank you for being here.